Hello, I am Gloria Larkin, President of TargetGov, and we help companies win billions of dollars in contracts in the procurement world. Today, let me tell you about the corporate one sheet, also known as a capability statement. This is a document that many people are confused by. Some people think it looks like a trifold. Other people think it looks like a small document, and others think it is a very complex, multi-page, four-color, very expensive document to produce. But I will tell you that they are all wrong. Instead, a corporate one sheet, also known as a capability statement in the procurement world, is a very effective way to introduce your company and to get more business from your prospects. A corporate one sheet is unique in the procurement world, and you can use it when you are both reaching out to governments as well as the private sector, corporations. A corporate one sheet should be one side of one piece of paper. This is a good example of an effective, very effective one sheet. And what it does that is very different and unique is, instead of talking about everything your company can do, instead it focuses directly on what that prospect in procurement, whether it's government or corporation, what they need that you provide. Essentially, it is a resume for your company that is tailored exactly to what that prospect or customer needs. So this is something unique, and how do you create it? This is what we'll talk about in the next few minutes. Who uses it? Everyone in procurement, whether they're decision makers, whether they're prime contractors, whether they're subcontractors, teaming partners, corporations, government entities, everyone uses this type of document, a corporate one sheet or a capability statement. When do you use it? Well, think of the entire life cycle of introducing your company to the target to completing a sale. This one sheet document is used throughout the entire life cycle of your doing business or attempting to do business with your target. You can think of it as an introduction to your company. This is where they don't know who you are, but they want to understand what you offer in relation to what they need. So instead of offering an expensive brochure, this is a very attractive brochure that a company has put together, and it's quite unique and, frankly, very expensive to produce. This type of document is not what is asked for when they are asking for a corporate one sheet or capability statement. Instead, what they want to see are very focused pieces of information. So let's talk about where you're using it and how you're using it, and then we'll actually go into the elements of the capability statement. We talked about the fact that you can use it as an introduction to open the door to doing business with your company. You can also use it to announce new services or new products with existing customers. This is when you want to introduce a range of new offerings that current customers may not realize you provide. You will also use a corporate one sheet or a capability statement when you're focused in on targeting a very specific opportunity. For instance, you've heard of a large contract that will be coming up in the next 3, 6, or 9 months. Using this corporate one sheet to help you focus in on an opportunity is an ideal way to reach directly out to your targets. So now let's spend some time talking about the key elements of a great corporate one sheet or capability statement. The first thing that it should have on it is the title, Capability Statement. If you do not have that title and instead you're just handing out a brochure with all of these papers in it, this is not a corporate one sheet or capability statement. So you always want to call it Capability Statement. That's very important to use those words up at the top of your page. From there, you will have very specific sections on this one piece of paper. The next section will be called Core Competencies. And it's important to use specific phrasing because now you're talking the same kind of language that the procurement world uses. Core competencies are the services or products that you provide that the customer needs. It's not everything that you can do. It's very focused in on exactly what you know they need coming up. So your core competencies will be addressing upcoming needs that you've discovered as you've done your homework on this particular customer. The next section is called Experience or Past Performance. This is where you prove that you can do what you say you can do by listing a very brief but succinct description of the services and products that you've provided other customers. This past performance listing should be done within the last 3 years. You can list older work that you've performed, but in the procurement world, most often the most valuable experience listings are those that have been completed within the last 3 years. We talked about, so far, calling it a capability statement, having a core competency section, also the section called Past Performance or Experience. The next section is actually one of the most difficult, and that is called differentiators. This is literally what makes you stand out amongst your competition. These differentiators will set you apart, and they're not generic terms. Differentiators often incorporate measurements or metrics to describe the services or products that you've been providing. Differentiators are worth working on and developing over time because in separating yourself from your competition, this is the best way for you to stand out from your competitors. The final section will be called Company Data, and that would be listed at the bottom, not at the top. And your Company Data section will have all of the pertinent information related to your company's tax information, your name, address, any identifying codes describing the services or products that you provide, as well as personal contact information. That would be a name, an email address, a title, a phone number, very personalized, yes, on this one sheet or capability statement. It combines the aspect of a business card along with a brochure, all focused directly to that particular target's needs. So now you've heard about what a capability statement or corporate one sheet is. We've discussed the elements that are critical to include in your capability statement. Now you know how to create it. Reach out to us for more information. We're happy to help you.